If you're not happy with how you did this past year during folk style season or your past high school season, it's really not that hard of a formula to change your wrestling completely in the next 8-ish months that we have off during the spring, summer, and fall before next season and get way better results. There's a couple key things that you need to lock in on this summer. And if you do, I guarantee you'll be a completely new wrestler by the time next year comes up. You'll be ready to dominate your competition. Biggest example of this that I just had, obviously there's a whole bunch of examples, but Tanner Gormanson went from not placing at state to winning state and being dominant throughout the entire year just because he put in the time and effort during the summer and during the off season and spent every single day in the room consistently did private lessons and changed his wrestling completely over one summer. I did a similar thing, kind of like my junior year of high school to my senior year of high school. I had a similar transformation, and it's really, really not that complicated. There's a couple key things that you got to do. One is time in the room. Spend time in the wrestling room. If you're not in the wrestling room, you can't expect to have that much difference between now and later. You have to put the time in. Time on the mat is going to be essential. Now, that being said, time on the mat isn't enough, unfortunately. You have to put focused time in on the mat. You can't just come in every single day, do what coach tells you, go through the motions, and expect to get better. Every single rep you got to be locked in on. You got, how can I get better at this rep? What did I do last rep? How can I be better at this rep? And just every single one, continue to turn the notch and try to get better and better and better and better and better. And it's not going to be a 1-day thing. It's not going to be a 2-day thing. It's not going to be a week, a month. It's going to be the whole summer. Just get better at something on the wrestling mat. And if you got a good coach, he's going to guide you there. But also take priority of your own wrestling. Take accountability and think of things. Hey, where can I get better at wrestling? I just had a kid ask a great question the other night at practice. He goes, hey, are we going to work high crotches? And I was like, we're not going to work high crotches in this practice. Or I don't know when we're going to work our high crotches, because right now we're working some down block go behind stuff. But it's like, you can work high crotches after practice. And if you don't know what to work, ask me. And he did. It was awesome. He asked me what to work. He hit 20 reps after practice. Next couple of weeks, hopefully every single day after practice, he hits 20 more reps. And boom, all of a sudden his high crotch is way better than it was before. And we didn't even work it in practice. So he's taking accountability for his own wrestling. And think if you do that for the next 8 months, every single month you take one skill, and now you're better at 8 skills by the time next wrestling season comes about. And it was just by simply adding 10 minutes at the end of practice to practice one skill. That is going to pay dividends down the line for you. You can completely change how you look as a wrestler next high school season. Third thing I'll say, wrestle freestyle. Even if you're like, oh, I don't like freestyle, or I'm not good at freestyle. The only reason people say they don't like freestyle is probably because they've never wrestled freestyle. Now, if you say I like folk style better, that's fine. But wrestling is wrestling. If you like wrestling freestyle. The only reason people say they don't is because they're not good at freestyle. And they're too scared to be bad at something for a little bit. Which is a dumb fear, because that's how you get better at things. So, wrestle freestyle. It's going to make your finishes better. It's going to make your defense better. It's going to make your positioning better. It's going to make your hand fighting better. Freestyle, I feel, is a much more technical sport than folk style. Folk style is all about control and maneuvering your opponent, but also being able to scramble, right? And folk style is like almost forcing that guy to your will. Freestyle is more of an expression of wrestling, I feel like, and the technique can be a lot crisper, and you have to be in position, and you have to take good shots and good setups, and it's going to improve everything you do. And you're going to find ways to carry it over into folk style. Freestyle helps your folk style tremendously. Folk style also helps your freestyle. I think the scrambles in folk style, if you can translate them to freestyle, it's something very different that not very many people do. And freestyle scrambling is a lot harder to do. So if you can like translate some stuff over and kind of make it your own, it's really, really helpful. But guys, it's really a simple formula. It's like put in the time, put in the mental effort, and get better at wrestling over the summer. Yes, get stronger, sure. Yes, stay in good shape, sure. Even though that was not even that important, because you can always just get in shape before season starts. But it's like, yes, should we get stronger? Yeah, fine. Yeah, should we, stay in shape? Yeah, sure. I always like eating healthy year round. I think it makes me feel good. But we just need to get better at wrestling. Take these next 8 months and just lock in and get as good as you can at wrestling. That's where people fall apart, and that's where this whole multi-sport, well-rounded freaking athlete. No, just be obsessed with wrestling. That's what we want to get better at. Find the joy in getting better at wrestling. We don't want to be a well-rounded athlete. We want to be good at wrestling. Just get in the room and get better at it.